Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Yami and welcome to my little corner of the internet. Thank you so much for stopping by. If you like what you see, please consider hitting that subscribe button so you never miss a video with me again. And if you are a member of the Yam fam, hey, hi, how's it going? I love y'all so much. You guys asked for more videos like this, vlog style, just me talking to you guys. So here I am delivering. Workouts are still coming, but there's been a slight scheduling problem. Taz has been working like crazy and I need him to film those workouts because we have put the production value up here and I just don't feel comfortable just not delivering that anymore. So they're coming, sit tight, but if you want more workouts in the meantime, head over to my Instagram where you can get tons of workout every single day. Okay, today's video, I asked you guys for Q&As. Well, I asked you guys for Q's. I am giving you the A's, and we're just gonna jump right into it. That's where I asked you. Okay, Life with Ileana asks, what advice would you give to those starting out in their entrepreneurial journey? It touched me when you said you don't come from money because same. I'm taking a leap of faith, my savings to pursue an online store. Well, first and foremost, congratulations on taking that leap of faith. I know how hard it is to kind of make that decision. So I'm very proud of you. You are choosing to go out of the norm, which is, you know, finding a steady job, insurance, salary, and you are literally doing the crazy option, which, you know, I think is very hard, but I also think it's very, very rewarding. So my piece of advice is to really figure out your why, because when you get to those points that you're gonna want to give up, you're gonna wanna refer back to that why, because that is what's gonna keep you going. You know, there have been plenty of times where I felt like I wanted to give up, which is completely normal, but I would go back to the why and why this is even in my heart, and I always come out reinvigorated and full of passion to keep going, to kind of overcome that hurdle. So just really make sure that you know what your why is, why you're doing what you're doing, why you're giving up those savings. And if you don't really have an answer, maybe hold off for a little bit until you really feel confident in that why, because like I said, that's what's going to keep you going and sustain you throughout the ups and downs of the entrepreneurial journey. I love all these business questions. This is probably a boring question, but how do you calculate your quarterly taxable purchases? I need help. Holy smokes, girl. So I learned so much about this. Honestly, there has to be an app, but I can't find it. So what I ended up doing is I went onto Shopify and I exported my orders, and then I literally went one by one and I just kind of separated the Texas ones, and then I added all of those up and then I paid my taxes on that. I know that's kind of tedious. I don't know if it's right, but that's how I did it. And if you have any more questions on that, please feel free to DM me. I'd love to help you out. All right, Marieles Cruz asked, why are you so hard on yourself? Also, if you're having so many issues with the manufacturer, why not switch? So unfortunately, it's not that easy. I'll answer the second question first and then go back to the first one. The manufacturer. So there are, let's call them milestones in your journey with your manufacturer. Number one, you meet them, you get a sample. If you like them, you move next. If you give them your tech pack, you like it, you move on, and you want whatever. You fix that sample until you are happy with the final outcome. Now, my journey with this manufacturer was perfect. Like, honestly, from my experience, it was like completely different than the other manufacturers I've worked with. So I was happy along the way, and I don't know what happened. After I paid my initial deposit, that's when things started kind of getting a little bit complicated and there was miscommunication. So it's not very easy for me to be like, oh, I gotta go, I'm gonna go find a new manufacturer, because number one, they already have my money. Number two, I'd have to do that entire process with another manufacturer, which could take up to six months or so. Hope that answered the question. Number two, why am I so hard on myself? I am hard on myself. You know, I don't think that I'm that hard on myself, to be honest. It's kind of like a weird inner body thing. I feel like, no, I know I don't work as hard as I should be or I can. And I think I've mentioned this on my older videos, but I, by trade, am a very lazy person and I have to work really hard to get things done. And so I'm very proud of myself for what I have done, but I do know that I have more potential in me, and that is something that I'm working on daily. I don't know if that interests you guys at all, but I can definitely, make a video about it a little bit more in depth about how I am lazy by trade and I this is gonna sound so awful, but I want you guys to know, like, the truth. Like, if I could, I would sit on a couch all day because I'm lazy. Like, let's call it what it is. I'm lazy, and I hate that I'm lazy, but it's something that I have to work on every single day. And I don't know why I'm like that by trade, because my parents are both very hard workers, but that's just how it is. And so I've had to train myself to be diligent in getting things done. Not motivated to get things done, diligent, because you're not going to be motivated every single day. And like I said, it's something that I'm still learning. And I do a lot of YouTubes, and I read a lot of books to kind of like fake my brain out into getting things done without really like thinking too much of it. Because I did read a book. It was called The Art of War, I think it was called. If that's not right, I'll put it on the screen. But I believe it was The Art of War. And basically they're talking about that resistance between the thought of you doing something and actually doing it. And there's that resistance that lives in you. And then once you kind of get past that resistance, it comes a little bit easier. And there's so much more to that book, but I resonated a lot with that book. And I think I might have to open it back up to read it again, because I did learn a lot from it. But again, I'm lazy, so I retreat back to my old ways, and then I have to start over. Okay, I'm going off on a tangent. Next question. When you edit your YouTube workouts, which I love, thanks, how do you get that purple countdown, clock, and wording? And what program do you edit your workouts in? Okay, so I edit everything on Final Cut Pro. Taz actually made the little timer thing. I think it was in another program called InMotion. And then what he does, he saves that, and then he transfers it to Final Cut Pro. Now, I have edited my workouts before where I kind of just do it like, I don't know if it's the right way, but I kind of just use the tools within Final Cut Pro, and all it is the shapes, and I just pick a circle, and then I'll just put text over the circle, and it's just literally just a stationary circle. It doesn't have like the timer thing going. That was in InMotion. But you can get very creative with the tools that Final Cut Pro has. You just have to kind of like look around the app, if that makes sense, or the program, excuse me. From one curly girl to another, I love your hair, by the way. Thank you. What products do you use? So I like try a lot of different things. Right now, I actually use Bumble and Bumbles, but I did kind of come up with my tried and true like cocktail for my hair, and I was using Not Your Mother's products. I'll put a picture here, and I'll link everything in the description box below for you guys. But if you want a step-by-step how I curl my hair, let me know, and I will definitely put that on video for you. That was a really weird way to say that I would film that. I know developing your business is your priority right now, but do you think you'll ever compete again? I loved your prep series. They were really fun to watch. Oh my gosh. You know, I think about this, not super often, but it does come across sometimes, because that was a really, really fun and challenging season of my life. I never want to say never, because you literally never know. And I am the type of person that gets inspired like really easily. And, you know, there are days that I'm like, I think I can do that while doing what I'm doing right now, and that's absolutely not true. So I never want to say never, but I don't think right now it's in the cards for me. Yami, how hard / doable is it really to have visible abs all year round? That's a great segue question, because I had abs for about maybe half a year, almost a full year. That's a lie. It would come in and out, but I did have abs at one point. I'll put a picture here because it was crazy. I was just like, how was I ever that ripped? But I think overall, no. I think there are some people that are just genetically gifted that have abs year round. And then there are the few that are so dedicated and so precise with their food and training that obviously they can have it. But is it sustainable for the everyday person? I don't know. I don't know that it's normal. I think everything is normal, right? You can have abs, you don't have to have abs, but it takes a lot if you're not genetically gifted in that sense to have visible abs year round. Okay, fitness question. Do you meal plan with your hubby, or do you eat intuitively? Love that you're a new trainer for Tone It Up. How's that going? So that's going fantastic. I love the community. The community has been so welcoming. And I don't know if I mentioned it here, but 2 years ago, I made a vision board, and here, I'll actually show it. So I made this vision board 2 years ago, and sorry about the ring light, but these two women right here. That is Karina and Katrina from Tone It Up. And when I made this vision board, I didn't necessarily put that on there because I wanted to work with them, but it was more of a like, they represent what I want to be doing, which is inspiring and helping millions of women. And when this opportunity came up, I was in my office and I was just like looking at my vision board, not really on purpose, but I was just like kind of gazing off. And then it was like my eyes fixed on their picture and I was like, I can't believe that I am now working with Tone It Up. I put them on my vision board. All that to say is that sometimes our goals come true, but not in the way that we think, right? So I think, you know, walking with God and having hope and faith in his plan is what really led me to where I am right now, because there was no way. I honestly did not think that I would ever work with Tone It Up because they're such a huge company. And honestly, I wanted, selfishly, I wanted to have my own thing, right? And so that's why I put them on there, because I wanted to inspire millions and help millions of women. But it's funny how I'm still doing the same thing, just not how I thought I would, right? So I think, and I'm going off on a tangent here, but I think that you have to be definitely figure out what you want to do and have that goal, but definitely be open to the possibility of that goal coming to life, just not in the way that you thought it would. Because honestly, I am so fulfilled right now, and I'm having such a great time, and they're such a great group of women, and I can't say enough good things about them, to be totally honest. What was the other question? Oh, meal plan. We don't meal plan, really. I think we eat a lot of the same things, but I'm trying to get out of that because it's becoming a little bit more mundane. It's kind of boring, honestly, and I want to be able to keep things like not spicy, but like I want to, like last night I cooked him pasta with chicken, which is, I would never do that, and it was like a nice change of pace instead of eating the same like rice and chicken or whatever it is. So we don't necessarily meal plan. We kind of eat intuitively when we are not like tracking or anything. So yeah, I hope that answered your question. Okay, a couple more. Where in Miami did you grow up? Neighborhood, school, hangouts. Oh, okay. So in Miami, I went to school, first middle school, I went to Southwood Middle. Actually, no. I went to elementary school. I went to EWF Syrup, kind of like, not Hialeah, but I forget what it's called. And then we moved, and then I went to Southwood Middle School, and I was doing a lot of dance there. And then high school was Palmetto, and then in Pinecrest, and then college was FIU, Florida International University, in like Calle Ocho area. I would hang out like at the falls, Sunset Place, Miami Beach for the club days. I would go to Mansion. I would go to Cameo, was my favorite. What else would we do? I forget the names of the clubs anymore. But honestly, like I didn't really go out in middle school. I would hang out at my friends' houses. High school, I started going out, but I wasn't very much, you know. And then college is when I really went out, and all the clubs and all that good stuff. What's my educational background? So I kind of just touched on this, but I went to middle school, high school, college in Florida, got a degree in hospitality management. And then I, once I finished that, I did wedding planning, stayed in Florida, all that. And then I moved to New York, and I'm skipping a lot of things. But then I went to, I had a career change. I went from working at Muscle Milk as a marketing director for all of New York, the tri-state area, to working at Equinox, and that's when I got certified in personal training, and that's how kind of everything started. How many steps do you get in a day? Not enough. Update on tax situation. Well, thank you so much for asking. That was honestly a horror, but things are finally, I think, taken care of, and I have to pay back like $8,000 to the government, and so what I'm doing, I'm just paying in monthly installments. Favorite snack, healthy or not? Right now, honestly, right off the bat, I have been loving chocolate rice cakes with peanut butter and a little bit of honey. Love that so much. How do you always stay confident and motivated? Honestly, I don't. Obviously, I try to show a lot of my life, the good, the bad, the ugly, but then there are some times where I am just like in a dark, not dark place, but like I just feel like I'm not motivated and I'm not wanting to do anything. And I actually watched a mentorship series yesterday, and the quote was something along the lines of like, confidence is doing what you say you're gonna do. And that actually hit me because there are times where I lay out like my plan, and I just get lazy, like I said, and I don't do it. And then I think that's where the confidence kind of lowers. So I am really encouraging myself and challenging myself to do whatever it is that I wrote down. And I just know that feeling of accomplishment really comes when I actually do the thing. And I just feel like, dang, I was able to plan it out and execute it, and now I feel amazing. So I don't know if that makes any sense at all, but I hope that that can encourage you to not work on being more confident, like being more beautiful or dressing better, but like doing what you say you're gonna do and just growing from the inside. I hope that made sense. I really, really do, because that quote really just like it shook me a little bit, because I was like, holy moly, that's so true. Like, if I do what I say I'm gonna do, I'm gonna feel good regardless of the outcome, right? Like, because I tackled it head on and I did what I said I was gonna do. It's very simple. How do you get motivated to clean up, organize when it's gotten out of hand and life is busy? Honestly, you have to give yourself some grace, because you can plan out all you want, but sometimes life does get in the way, and it is what it is. So just kind of do what you can with the time that you have. But if you have some time where you're gonna be free and able to do that, then definitely get that done, because for me anyway, I know that a cluttered space really clutters my mind, and once I'm able to clean everything out and just be in that clean space again, like, it just feels like a weight off my shoulders. Okay, last question, and it says, how is wedding planning going? I mean, it's going, right? Slow and steady wins the race. Not in this case, but that's what I'm trying to tell myself. I just have so much going on right now, but like you saw in my last videos, invites are here. I'm sending those out this week, and I have actually reached out to vendors, and I'm going to be making appointments when I get back from Florida with my family, from visiting my family in Florida. So you're going to see a lot more wedding planning when I get back, which I'm really excited for. Because I'm really excited for the wedding. Honestly, like, I feel like I might have mentioned this on the vlog or on Instagram, but I think that canceling my wedding was a blessing in disguise, because I am so much more excited to get married in our new venue here in Houston than I was to get married in Mexico. So very, very happy with where we're at right now. I think life is kind of, I think that Taz and I have gotten into a nice little groove, and while this whole season has been a lot of ups and downs, I'm incredibly grateful for where we are and the support we have from you guys and our friends, and just in general, I think we're in a really good place, and I'm really, really excited for the future. We did talk about houses again last night really quick, and I don't know that you guys care, but if you've seen my last videos, you know that we weren't able to get approved for a house. Like, we tried like 3 or 4 times, maybe even 5. And we just couldn't get approved for not even like a pre-approval. So we have put stuff in place so that we can, when we have to move out of this place in, when is it, April or March, we are going to be in a better position to buy a house. So hopefully in January, we'll be able to try to go for a pre-approval again. And I know some people are going to ask what the steps are that we put in place, and so I'll tell you. Number 1, we have reduced our debt to income ratio. I have paid off a credit card completely, so that helps a lot. My credit score shot up. I think I'm at like a 780 right now. Taz has been working on, I just got chills because I'm so proud. Taz has been working on his credit as well. I think he's about 680. I have to double check that, but he was at, pretty low. I don't think he'll mind me saying this, but he was at like a 520, I think, maybe even not lower. I can't be lower than that, but 520, I think. And so he has gradually increased that credit score as well. So my whole tax situation, so lenders need to be able to see that you have paid the government on a monthly basis. So, and which was weird, because when I was talking to the lender, I was like, they haven't even given me a plan to start paying. She's like, this is a tip, you can just start paying without a plan. So I have just been putting the minimum of $100 every month. I've been paying the government just solely because when they go see our application for a loan, they can see that I've been paying on a monthly installment and I have never missed a month. So, oh, and then lastly, Taz will be at his full-time position for 6 months this January, which is why I said January we'll be trying the approval phase again. So all of these things are setting us up for success. God willing, I don't see how anything else could go wrong. So I'm pretty confident in saying that will be approved in January, like I said, God willing. But we have been working really hard because we knew what we needed to work on. So if you are in the market to buy a house, make sure that you talk to somebody that can kind of help you and guide you, because if we had the help that we have now, it would be a completely different story. Okay, but now I'm talking way too much. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any questions on any of the things that I've mentioned in this video, leave them down below. But I love you guys so much. Please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. I love you all. Mwah!